It's hard to know that you've a family and you don't know where they are. It really is hard. I now got in contact with Margaret too, and Bert. That was it. None of the others, no. I don't know whatever happened to the rest. I don't know. I just know they must have had as hard a life as I did, that's for sure. With my father being taken a prisoner of war, and my mum dying, I was like, nobody wanted you, you know? Nobody wanted you at all. You were like shoved into, oh, from here to kingdom come, it didn't matter. We all needed someone and got no one. And that's what hurts. As if you're cast aside what, she's nothing but bloody rubbish, leave her there. That's what they did then, but they didn't foster us then. You were there until you were 16, and when you were 16 you left and that was you did what you wanted to do. You were felt, with me being the oldest, I felt as if I was being used, you know. Not a thing I want to remember. I don't want to remember it anymore because it wasn't a good time. It wasn't a good time, it was a bad time. But the worst time of my life was when my mother died and my father was a prisoner of war in Germany, and that was very hard. I had a lovely old lady next door called Mrs. Chisholm. Beautiful old lady. She made you feel at home and made you feel as if you were something, not just something that nobody wanted, you know. It was nice. Then I met my husband, Bob. A good man to me. And then I had my Bobby. And Bob said, there's nothing going up here in Glasgow Hen. I hope you can understand the language. He said, there's nothing here, Hen. He said, I think we'll make a shift to London. And they put me into a hostel sort of thing. And then finally they gave me my flat in the White City. You had to wait a while. You were like put in a queue or a line. So when your turn came, you got a chance. And that was when I came to the White City. So I never had an easy life. And yet I'm living till I'm 85, so something must be good about it. I moved in 1952 and I'm now in the White City 62 years. I found it difficult at the beginning, but when I came to the White City, the flat I was put into was very good, and I had very, very good neighbours. They went about, they helped you to settle in, telling you where this was and that was and how to get there and not, which I found very useful. Well, I had been attending the eye infirmary up the town. There's a certain thing that grows behind the eye. That's what they told me. They kept in watch. I used to go up there 2 and 3 times a year, and he said, well, you're going blind. It will come slowly, but it will come. Now, if I look close enough at things, I can see a cup or a saucer, or you sitting there. I know you're a person there, but I couldn't differentiate whether you were a man or a male or a female or a child. I just see someone sitting there, that's it. I used to love to knit. I used to knit all my kids' school jumpers, my daughter's school jumpers. They didn't know what it was to buy anything. I knitted it all. If you have to sit in a house all day, you can't watch a telly. You can listen to the wireless and you're sick of the tripe that comes on there. You either adjust to yourself or you would go start raving bonkers. It's a hindrance more than a help. And that's just life as it is. I have to take it as it comes and put up with it, and that's it. I was going into a shop with my daughter. She went ahead of me and I went after her, but I went right along the floor. And they called an ambulance, took me into hospital, and I had a couple of checks for 2 days. Then they told me I needed a new hip. Like, I could walk perfect by myself. Now I need a frame. I cannot walk without the frame. And if I'm walking from one room to another with a frame, I'm fine. But there's no way could I walk between my sitting room and my bedroom with no help, because I would fall and hurt myself. 1999, your granddad died, and it wasn't easy to begin with. And I still miss him. And we still talk about him, although not always in a nice way. Sometimes we had to work a little harder than he did, and he also did night work, which wasn't easy, like keeping children quiet in the day while your husband wanted to sleep. Can be quite hard sometimes. He'd got patience with kids when it suited him. He could be cantankerous sometimes. Come in, full of the joys of spring. I said, what happened to you, Rab? He said, I've got something nice to show you at the door, hen, come on. Get out there and there's a bloody motorbike. I said, and how the hell did you get all that way? He said, I drove it. Well, I was surprised, because I'd never seen him on a two-wheeler bike, never mind a motorbike. Nearly got me killed at the White City. Went from my place to the White City not 10 minutes. We went to turn the corner as you come off from the White City, which was a stadium then, and we were turning round to the left, and he went all one-sided. I thought it was a goner. He just laughed, thought it was bloody funny. I didn't think it was funny, I can assure you that. Two years ago, Paul died. Paul died 2 years ago. His son was 29 on the 29th of January, and his son died half an hour later. His daddy died half an hour later. What do I miss him? I miss him personally because he's my son. Because he was mine. Same as the rest of my family, they were mine. Like you are, you're mine. And when he went, it was like, that's another one of my family gone. God, how many more am I going to lose? Paul does, his son does. It's as if he's walking out of him. I have never seen two people. I don't see it in looks. The rest of you do see in looks. The rest of you see Paul like him. Paul, Jay like Paul. I don't see like Paul to look at. But my God, he's got his mannerisms, his way and his temper. It's a fantastic drummer. He was with some of the big groups. He could play a drum like, oh, it was wonderful to listen to. I had Adam and he was a drummer in the Adam and the Ants. I've got my youngest son, who's dead now. I've got his son, Jay, and he's a gem. I love him to bits. He came to me when he was just a babe in arms, and I had to foster him through the council, which was much, much different to when I was fostered out, that's for sure. It's a funny thing, he's never mentioned it. It's the most peculiar thing I've ever known. Jay has never mentioned to me once in his 30 years, was he fostered out, where was it, and never once has he mentioned that to me. So that proved to me that I was his mum. As if he was mine. You know that, all my kids know that I treated as if he was mine. Treated the same like as you were. Him and Kirsty are treated the same. Kirsty knows what like Jay is. Kirsty and me know Jay well. I've had him now. He's 30 now. He works. Clean boy. Smart. Works like a trooper. Never takes time off his work. Like his dad. Good worker, good grafter. And for that I'm very grateful. I would treated him like as if he was mine and not Paul's. Do you know what I'm saying? I treated him if it was one, he wasn't my son's. It was like as if he belonged to me. And I treated him like I treated them, no different till I treated my own kids. I just treated him the same. And he grew up into a fine man. He's always called me Nan. He's never ever called me anything else. He's always called me Nan. I've had a few trials and tribulations, I suppose. But that's life, as they say, and it comes and it comes and it goes. That's it. Okay?